So it's sort of American on every side you look at it. The producers are American. The consumers are American refineries. Oh, Charlie, I forgot my favorite part. If you buy all your foreign oil from ethical oil in Canada instead of conflict oil from OPEC, you don't need to have the Fifth Fleet stationed in the Persian Gulf anymore. That's a $50 billion a year expense, let alone the risk of human life. The reason
Well,
is
so
the
I guess
U.S.
the question
military...
is, Ezra, would Canada be willing to sell? I mean,
So that is Ezra Levant or Levant. I'm not sure. He's Canadian media person, Canadian conservative media person. And him and Charlie Kirk are having a discussion about how Canada should just rely solely on the United States to export its oil to, and the United States should just rely solely on Canada for all of its imports. And how we wouldn't need to protect Middle Eastern oil anymore if we just relied on Canada. So first of all, we have greatly reduced the amount of oil we get from OPEC nations over the last 25 years. And when it comes to oil that comes through the Persian Gulf, it's roughly 550,000 barrels a day, give or take. That's not that much. It's really not. But I think the point that Mr. Levant has largely missed, because it apparently went about a mile over his head, is we don't protect the Persian Gulf because we need physical barrels of oil from that area. That is not at all why we protect it. We protect it because we need the oil from the Persian Gulf to just be on the global market. It has nothing to do with taking physical barrels. We need that oil on the global market. Because whether we hold it or whether someone else holds it, it serves the same purpose. Keeping oil prices globally in check. If we got completely off of OPEC oil, we would still have to protect the Persian Gulf. And that's because if something were to occur in the Persian Gulf that would stop oil flows, whether we needed any of the oil or not, the price of oil globally would skyrocket. You're talking about hundreds of dollars a barrel. And the impact it would have on economies, and I'm not talking about the U.S. economy, it would have a big impact on our economy as well, but the impact it would have on the global economy, on everyone's economy, would be severe. I mean, OPEC controls, 40% of the oil in the entire world? And about 21%, over 20 million barrels a day, of all of the oil that is used every day around the entire world comes out of the Persian Gulf and through the Strait of Hormuz. Every single day. And the amount of money the United States would lose if this were to come to a stop, it would take about maybe 2 or 3 hours for us to lose the amount of money that we spend in a year. We would lose hundreds of billions of dollars a day. Losing that much oil on the global market would cause all oil reserves and all oil stashed all over the world to be depleted very, very quickly. This is essentially economic Armageddon. Yeah, economic Armageddon if this stops. And it's unfortunate, but that's where we are. So to suggest, Mr. Levant, that we could just get all of our oil from Canada, screw all of our other trading partners, we don't need anyone else. But in addition to that, as bad as and as silly as that is for both countries, because neither one of us should be totally reliant on the other, as bad as that is, that's not near as bad as not protecting the Persian Gulf. That is absolute and utter stupidity and insanity. Thanks.